Hello, 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 hello. So, I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 12, and he has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds with a hand-over-hand method, and then I paint the rest. So I'm concentrating that I at least kind of get this relatively how I want it to look. I'm making a witch's hat, and if when I was talking, I'm like, I'm going to get distracted by my words when I'm trying to not. And I wanted a certain, height and look and stuff, and I was getting a little distracted, and see, I probably will at some point here too, because I want it to have a little, attitude. But we're gonna add some other stuff to it in a few minutes here. Oh, I have another twitchy eye. I had one the other day. Yesterday I couldn't stay awake. Today I'm cranky, so I'm twitchy-eyed and trying to, be happy. Owen had a great day and a hard day. And so recovering from the hard day part is the hardest part. The hardest part is the hardest part. He did really good at his therapy today. He did really good at school today, his teacher said. Just lots of emotions, lots of things. And it's just hard because he's 12, so we're at that age where lots of changes to our bodies are happening, lots of happening emotions, so forth, so on. And then, just life, everything. So, he did really good at his vision therapy. He did really good at his music therapy. And then when we were coming home from our vision therapy, he thought I was going to turn in a light, but I couldn't, and he pinched me, and he tried to open his door, which he has, the door, he said is childproof, so he can't get out, but he just gets very emotionally wrapped into moments. And so I was trying to calm him, and he just kept getting more upset, and the more upset he kept doing. And that's hard because that's my baby. That is my sweet baby O, and trying to convince him to not get upset about something that upsets him. And it's just hard. It's very, very hard. And that my emotions, his emotions, life's emotions at this point. And there is little tiny, it always sounds louder, I'm sure, on the recording too, so that doesn't help. But so when he got home, I told him, I said, if you do those behaviors, we can't go any place in the car, because he can't be that upset. He can't cause the, We can't. And so that made him even more upset about everything, which I don't blame him, but it was just rough. So, he ended up doing okay after that. I don't really know that I want that. I'm putting some flowers on here, so I'm probably putting everything in the wrong spots, but we'll just deal with it. I always end up putting like these like spiky doodles on my leaves. This will end up being a flower or a leaf or something. I'm not sure. So we're just gonna do that for right now. So when we got home, he just it was hard, because he knows that there's so much with all of it. So I just don't want him to be upset about everything that's happening and going on. But he had a good day. That's what I'm trying to focus on, is he had a good day. I'm trying to decide if I just heard him. He has been asleep for a while, but when he gets emotional, he wakes up. And so I'm hoping that he will sleep through the night. I'm hoping and praying. But I'm trying to focus on the good stuff. Now, a lot of times, I should let stuff dry. I should take a moment and let things, oh, looky there, I dropped, because that's what I always do. I use too much paint, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's always just okay. It'll work out in the wash. We will be okay. You see? Let's see, this is going to be a flower over here. So we'll just hide that. We'll hide that. And then I think I'll come down here. But hopefully tomorrow will be a better day for him. I mean, and like I said, he had such a good day at school and the other, but he can't have that behavior in the car just because he thinks I'm turning someplace. And so that's what he has to learn, is that we can't always do exactly what he needs to do while we're in the car. And he doesn't quite get that. See, I told you it would change. I knew it would change. I knew it would change. This is my messy flowers. I'm not trying to even attempt to make them perfect. I'm just trying to make them look something. So I'm gonna do one more and then I'm done there. So now I'm gonna go back in and just fill in some of this, like that's kind of getting very light as it's filling in. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of movement and texture in here, just to kind of like have some extra kind of look. So another huge hurricane is coming now. This one's in Florida. Well, the previous one was touched through Florida and then headed up to North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and I'm sure I think even some of West Virginia was southern West Virginia and parts of Virginia. I think were even impacted with some of the flooding and such. And I'm sure I'm missing some places, so forgive me, because it's so overwhelming how many areas have been hit by this storm. And my brother, before he passed away, he lived in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, and that's like, my heart is just breaking, because it was one of the many areas that was hit extremely hard by all of this. So and now this newest hurricane. I've been living in West Virginia, and there's a town called Hurricane, and so I lived in Florida forever, years and years and years, and then I move up here and there's hurricane, and so every time I go to say hurricane, it wants to come out hurricane. So that's why sometimes you'll hear me laugh when I'm saying it. It's only because I can't make my brain think the right words. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm signing O for Owen, since he helps me with the backgrounds, and then L and B. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.